I used to feel so devastated. At times I thought we never make it. But now
What is up, guys? Edgar here, lifestylesdefined.com. Welcome back to LD Photos. So today I wanted to kind of have a conversation with you guys about watermarking your images. Watermarking is one of those things that's been asked a lot, as far as people asking me why I don't watermark my images. And in fact, Ramon has been asked the same question himself. I know Tawan doesn't watermark. I know Ramon doesn't watermark. He just doesn't like to do it. And I do have a logo which I have used to watermark my photos, but 90% of my images they're just not watermarked. So I kind of wanted to give you guys my reasoning for watermarking my photos and why I don't watermark most of my images. Also, in the comment section below, feel free to leave the reasoning why you use watermarks or why you don't use watermarks and how you use them if you do. So anyway, Ramon, I know he doesn't like watermarking, but the cool thing is that Ramon has gotten recognition for his work, whether it is a news article that's used his photograph and they ask for permission to use it. They do credit him by his name when they share their photo, and that is a really cool thing, and that's him actually getting his work out there without even having to watermark his photos. And I know he doesn't like them because he likes to show off what he photographed, which is totally understandable. Now, in my personal opinion, watermarking can be good and it can be bad too. For me, the reason why I do have a watermark and why I have used it is for images like this one here, which are images that are for sale. And anything that's going to be printed in a big size like this one here, I'm going to watermark. But as you notice on this guy here, I don't have any watermarks, and the reason why is because it's going to sit in my home. So I don't feel like I need a watermark on this. Now, if I was going to maybe put this in a hotel or any type of business, restaurant, any type of office, I would probably put my watermark on either the right bottom corner or the left bottom corner of the print. And the reason for that is obviously it's kind of like a signature. It gets my name out there. It gives me some type of advertisement, which is good because I am trying to build a business out of photography. The other reason why I have that is obviously to use it on a business card and obviously use it on my website as well. Now, as far as when I do any type of photo shoot, portraits, family portraits, senior portraits, I still haven't really used my watermark yet, but I plan on doing so in the way that I will give my client two different galleries. One of them will have watermarks on the photos, the other one will not have watermarks on the photos. So obviously the watermarked gallery is going to be so that they can share that on social media to help me out with advertisement. Obviously, most clients are going to be okay with sharing those on their page because obviously it's kind of a business transaction. You do their photographs, they pay you, and in return you can ask them to use the watermark photos to share on their social media. But of course they don't have to if they don't want to, and that's where release forms come into play. Obviously I will give them access to the non-watermarked photos so that they can share or so that they can print those out, and not necessarily have any type of distraction on those photos because they're going to be either shared with family or they're going to put them in their home, and why have a watermark? The other thing that is a little bit interesting is that I've gone to some Facebook pages of other local photographers here, and I noticed that they watermark every single photograph they take, and I'm talking every single one, even the ones that are not necessarily photography in an artistic type of way. I'm talking about snapshots, like a cat walking down the street, or just a random picture of your dog, which to me looks like a snapshot. It would be different, I think, if it was like street photography, or if you were doing some type of creative photograph, but I'm talking snapshots, and I don't know why they do that to every single one of their photographs. And they have multiple types of watermarks. I really only have a couple, and that's because that's my logo. But most people put their name on the bottom. They put them all over their photograph. So when you do that, when you make your watermark so distracting, why even put it on your Facebook page to share it on, social media? I mean, I think you're taking away from the photograph that you've taken, what you've captured, when you slap that watermark all across that photograph. And I understand if it's a small watermark, which, a photograph like this one, again, it would either be on this side and it'd be really small, or on this side it would be really small. Where you will see watermarks from now on for me would be not on Instagram, but on Facebook. I would probably use watermarks, because Facebook is where people just share their photographs, and I would definitely add watermarks to my clients' photographs so they can share those on Facebook, and obviously, they would link back to me. But to add a watermark to every single shot that you take, it just doesn't make sense to me. And I'm not talking about that I don't like the fact that people use watermarks, because I think, like I said, they are useful, especially if you are trying to make a business out of photography. You do want to get your name out there, and you want recognition for your work. But again, that would be if you're doing some type of creative shoot, anything that has to do with getting paid to do. But as far as just me taking a picture of my kids and then watermarking it just doesn't make sense, because those are photos of my kids. So if you go into my Facebook page, it's Edgar Mesa Photography. I just actually did a whole shoot with my kids, just my family. And I didn't add any type of watermarks to those shots, because they're my kids, and so it just didn't make any sense. But I did do a photo shoot for a family a couple months back, and I did provide them with the watermarked photos, and they actually shared them on social media, which is cool, because again, it's kind of a business transaction. You do their photographs, they pay you, in return you ask them to use those watermarked photos to share on social media. Most clients say yes, and so that was really cool. I was able to get, have my name on the photographs. To me, that makes sense, but to just watermark everything, honestly, doesn't make sense. Anyway, I know Ramon has an interesting reasoning why he doesn't like using watermarks. Again, I use them for anything that's going to be a big print that I'm going to be selling, or if I'm giving it away as well. And of course, for any type of professional shoot that I do, and that's if the client agrees to share them. If they don't, then it doesn't bother me. And again, that's where release forms come into play, which is a video that I will do in the future. But anyway, let me know what you think about watermarking your images. If you use them, if you don't, if you do, how do you use them? Let me know in the comment section below. As always, thank you for stopping by. My name is Edgar, signing off. Peace.
Well, I guess, and the reason we started Lifestyles Defined is because if we weren't on camera arguing about these things, the technologies, the phones, the iPhones, the Androids, the cameras, the games, we'd be on the phone arguing about it. We'd be in each other's houses arguing about it. So why not just put it in front of a camera for everyone to enjoy it the way we do? That's what Lifestyles Defined is all about. We just